169 Infantry became a national unit?
So many individuals from when I started my teaching blocks, Ms. Santos in 3rd grade, to my first mentor, Ms. Silva, who is now a principal, to many of my colleagues and administrators, they have made a tremendous difference and inspiration towards my growth as an educator. Along the way, they have influenced me in many ways, sharing amazing teaching strategies and great advice. I feel that professionally, I have grown with the countless trainings, staff developments, and our coordinators here at UISD have been there to support me. Learning the new and improved teaching practices as a grad student as well have widened my teaching career. I have analyzed and scoped out the feedback from administrators. Even my students have also taught me that determination and perseverance are vital to one's success. It's about caring for your students and putting in the work, making those personal connections with them, enjoying lessons and activities while having them understand every concept daily. In my 10 years of teaching, every year has been as important and adventurous as the others. Lastly, and most importantly, my family, my husband, and my beautiful daughters have been my most greatest influence in my career path towards this designation.
Fabuloso!
Awesome, thank you so much. Well, with TIA funding, for sure, professional growth, it will help me build on those research-based practices, the instructional strategies, and better address diverse student needs. This will continue to encourage me to develop as a Pathfinder teacher. It will allow effective educators to mentor peers, lead initiatives, and spread best practices across the campus or district, thereby raising the overall instructional quality. The recognition itself will boost teacher morale and motivation. This makes me feel valued and supported, so teachers are more likely to remain in the profession and bring greater passion and innovation to their classrooms. The additional financial resources can be used to invest in classroom tools, technology, and materials that directly impact student engagement and learning outcomes with our demographics here at Centeno Elementary. With more resources, I can implement targeted interventions, differentiate instruction, and enrichment opportunities that are tailored to the unique needs of my students.
To fully understand our teaching impact, we must consider both classroom observations and student growth data. Observations, including regular walkthroughs, highlight our effective strategies by showcasing planning and reflection in action. From implementing iReady informed student centers to delivering high-quality instruction and making real-time adjustments, this process enables us to gather feedback and tailor instructions to meet individual student needs. At Freedom Elementary, our data-driven approach emphasizes the close monitoring of each student's academic growth. This ensures that learning gaps are identified and addressed, and that all students receive high-quality, differentiated instruction. As such, student growth data serves as the most direct evidence of the learning and progress achieved throughout the academic year. In essence, observations provide qualitative data and complement the quantitative insights offered by student growth metrics. They tell the story behind the numbers, illustrating the specific instructional practice that drives student achievement. Together, these data sources offer a more comprehensive understanding of your impact as an educator, illuminating not just what students achieve, but how your teaching contributes to that success.
I feel that focusing on student growth and outcomes really reflects what effective teaching is all about. Not every student starts or ends in the same place, and that's the reality in every classroom. Our job is to understand where each student is in their learning and help them move forward at their own pace. To me, effective teaching means more than helping students hit a target. It's about helping students build skills, gain confidence, and make meaningful progress. Some students show growth fast, while others take more time, and that's okay. When growth leads to real outcomes like mastering a skill, improving on tests, or participating more in the classroom, it shows learning is happening. Even when a student grows 5 points on a test, that's not just progress. That's an outcome worth recognizing. It might seem small to some people, but to me, that's what I call baby steps, and they matter. I tell my students all the time that growth happens in baby steps. I compare it to climbing a ladder one step at a time. I don't ask for perfect scores, I ask for progress, effort, and a mindset to keep going. When students start to see that they're improving, even in small ways, it builds confidence, and that leads to even more growth. You have to know your students, how they learn, and where they're starting, because they all have different needs. Not every student will earn the same grade, but every student can grow. And that's my commitment every step of the way. That's why I believe the focus on student growth and outcomes reflects what real teaching looks like. TIA is based on those same ideas, recognizing growth as an important part of effective teaching, and that's what I focus on every day, helping each student grow, one step at a time.
The TIA, or Texas Incentive Allotment Program, is described as a way to elevate the teaching profession. This program contributes to a greater sense of value for educators by encouraging equity and retention. Teachers feel valued and encouraged to continue working towards success in their career. It reinforces the value of contribution to educational equity, deepening an educator's sense of purpose. Another contribution of the Texas Incentive Allotment Program is financial incentives provided to significantly increase salary based on performance. This helps educators feel that their hard work and their impact are financially rewarded, especially in high-need schools. Additionally, this recognition of excellences acknowledges high-performing teachers through designations like recognized, exemplary, and master. This validation enhances professional identity and morale. When educators feel that their hard work is recognized and validated, it empowers them to think outside the box, reflect on their teaching, and make improvements as needed to differentiate teaching for students. With this said, the TIA program also promotes data-informed evaluations and ongoing professional development. This reinforces the message that teaching is a profession of continuous improvement and growth. Educators are constantly keeping up with the demands of new methods of teaching and technology in the classroom to support all students. Lastly, as the profession becomes more performance-based and incentivized, communities may gain a renewed appreciation for educators' roles, leading to increased respect and recognition of all educators. The Texas Incentive Allotment Program benefits the community as a whole, the district, the school, the teachers, and the students. I encourage all teachers to expand their teaching horizon and aim to be a part of the TIA program.
The Teacher Incentive Allotment has indeed created valuable opportunities for teacher leadership and mentorship within our school. By recognizing high-performing teachers, TIA fosters an environment where experienced educators can take on leadership roles. This not only enhances the professional growth of individual teachers, but also benefits the entire school community. One of the primary ways TIA encourages teacher leadership through the establishment of mentorship programs. High-performing teachers are often given the chance to mentor first-year educators, sharing effective teaching strategies and providing guidance on classroom management. This collaborative approach helps cultivate a culture of support and continuous improvement among staff members. Additionally, TIA promotes leadership by allowing teachers to participate in decision-making processes related to curriculum and instructional practices. This involvement empowers educators to take ownership of their teaching practices and encourages them to share their insight with peers, further enriching the educational environment. Overall, TIA focuses on rewarding excellence in teaching. It creates a strong foundation for leadership and mentorship, ultimately leading to an enhanced student outcome and a more vibrant school community.
Greetings, everyone. I am honored and humbled to receive the TIA Master Distinction. This recognition is not just a personal milestone. It's a powerful opportunity that directly impacts the students I serve every day. The TIA, or Teacher Incentive Allotment, was created to recognize and reward highly effective teachers. But at its heart, it's about something far more important, ensuring that every student, no matter their background, has access to excellent teaching. That's what this distinction means to me. This recognition reflects a commitment to ongoing growth. Through the TIA framework process, I've deepened my practice, analyzed student outcomes with greater precision, and adapted my strategies to meet individual needs. That means my students are receiving more focused instruction, better feedback, and stronger support to meet their full potential. With the resources and recognition that come with this distinction, I can further invest in the classroom, whether that's by acquiring new tools, exploring innovative teaching methods, or participating in advanced professional development. Every enhancement I make is a direct investment in their learning. Perhaps most importantly, this achievement sends a message to my students. Excellence matters, effort matters, growth matters. When they see their teacher working hard, setting goals, and being recognized for impact, they are inspired to aim higher themselves. That's the culture we're building, one of high expectations and even higher support. In closing, this TIA Master Distinction isn't just a celebration of past success. It's a promise for continued commitment. To my students, you are the reason I do this work, and this honor only strengthens my resolve to give you the very best. Thank you.
So I believe student engagement is what made me get designated. Once I made student engagement a priority in my classroom, I noticed that my STAR scores went up and that my T-test ratings were very, very high.
Who watches sports? Even if you play it, who watches them?
Families host parties to watch big sporting events like this.
Together, or you and your families together? Oh, perfect. Eric?
So I definitely believe that TIA definitely increases learning outcomes, because in order to get designated, you need to work together with your team, you need to work together with admin, and you need to make sure that your students grow. Because if the students do not grow, then there will be no designation. So of course, making sure your students are progressing and doing your job and doing it in the best way possible is going to help with learning outcomes.
Hello, my name is Claudia Avila. I am a teacher at United South Middle School, and I am a recipient of the Teacher Incentive Allotment for this school year. The Teacher Incentive Allotment, or TIA, is meant to have a positive impact on teachers, especially in retaining experienced and high-performing teachers in the classroom. TIA provides financial motivation for teachers by offering higher pay to highly effective teachers without requiring them to leave the classroom and sometimes seeking administrative roles. Rewarding teachers' effectiveness can increase job satisfaction and professional self-esteem, which are both strong predictors of retention. I feel that by retaining experienced and effective teachers, we can improve student achievement by making teaching more stable and consistent. The financial incentive and recognition offered by TIA can make teaching more appealing to new and experienced educators, potentially attracting more talented individuals to the profession. I also feel that as an experienced teacher, we should always provide peer leadership and mentoring for new teachers, and in return, this will improve school culture and overall instructional quality. Overall, the TIA has the potential to be a powerful tool for improving teacher retention and strengthening the teaching profession in Texas. This program is proof to me and my community that we can stay in the jobs that we are passionate about and still be compensated in a manner we deserve, and that will allow us to better support our families.
A significant factor in order to achieve this designation, I believe, is differentiating instruction. Given the diverse learning styles that I have in my classroom, I'm making sure I know where they stand, and targeting their abilities and areas of improvement. That way we can do a prescribed, lesson for each student in order to achieve the goals. We do have set goals for the students, and we do feel them, make them feel capable, have them in a safe learning environment where they feel comfortable in order to ask questions, make mistakes, but also fostering their independent skills. I'm very excited to collaborate with highly effective teachers in order to strengthen our professional learning communities here at LBJ and other campuses, sharing our most effective teaching strategies, also enhancing the curriculum as well, and integrating technology for our students.
With the TIA program, I have noticed a more intense focus with collaboration amongst colleagues, which can most definitely be attributed to both directly and indirectly with TIA growth. For instance, our team gathers once a week for PLCs, yet indirectly we inquire about what growth and learning happens in our classes in order to assist our students' learning. Furthermore, our collaboration extends to more than one gathering, since we are all in the same hallway of the school. Sometimes our team conglomerates in the hallways during passing to see if a lesson was effective. Our conversations extend to after-school little gatherings as we verify how the day was and if our collaboration functioned. how tomorrow will enlighten our lessons, and what the following week will look like. In addition, our little team gathers resources and shares as a small community to bring the best to our students. Pull-out sessions and academies, tutorials, accelerated materials, lead-forward activities, Kagan structures, GT depth and complexity activities, Socratic seminars, and gamification have all helped build our toolboxes to gather a variety of activities for our students. In essence, through the TIA program and understanding what it entails to be more than an average educator, team collaborations add to the effectiveness and efficacy of teaching and learning in our classrooms. Evidently, teachers have worked with an extensive dedication, and an incentive has added to the excitement in our teaching careers.
As a veteran educator with over 30 years of experience, responsible for facilitating data-driven instruction and professional learning, I believe the foundation of my TIA recognition lies in intentional, student-centered instructional and classroom management strategies. Establishing clear expectations was essential. From the start of the year, I taught and modeled routines to create a safe, structured environment that allowed students to engage fully in learning. By maintaining consistency and predictability, I minimized disruptions and maximized instructional time to promote consistency in my classes. Building meaningful relationships was equally important. Through daily check-ins, individual conferences, and positive reinforcement, I fostered trust and a supportive learning community. These connections allowed me to address behavioral and academic challenges in a way that upheld student dignity while encouraging accountability. Instructionally, I maintained high expectations while differentiating support to ensure access and equity. Frequent formative assessments guided responsive teaching, while timely feedback empowered students to reflect, set goals, and take ownership of their progress. My focus on growth over grades encouraged risk-taking and resilience. Finally, I modeled a reflective mindset, celebrating effort and persistence. By creating a culture where mistakes were viewed as opportunities to learn, I cultivated student confidence and independence. Collectively, these strategies created a climate of mutual respect, academic rigor, and continuous improvement. Factors I believe were central to my students' growth and ultimately to my TIA designation.